All right, guys. What's going on? Stanislav with you this beautiful Thursday, the first day of August. A good time to reflect what happened in July, right? You guys, I think you guys are smart, intelligent, and persons who think and like to analyze things and go around what's happening with your lives and your plans for the future immigration to the US. So let's first begin with analyzing what happened the past week, right? Let's see what kind of results we got to our clients, and we have a bunch of approvals for the from the past week. So let me address those. First of all, we got approval of EB5 petition for our client who went with a regional center, passive investment. His case was filed in 2021. I believe it was February or March. So a little bit over 3 years of wait and the lawful approval. The source of his funds was the uh, was online blog, guys. They it's like I believe it's like life coaching. So sometimes when you see how your clients make money, in this case through blogging on Instagram and making millions of dollars, you start questioning the choice of your profession, right? So you're like, oh my god, I can just speak on Instagram and educate people on how to do and what to do, make millions of dollars, and not even leave my house. Maybe I got the wrong profession, right? So that's my comment. It's still good. It's still good. I'm happy to see our clients succeed. So the next one is EB2 and IW for an expert in human resources. The client is from Canada. And of course, you guys want to ask, what was the proposed endeavor? Right? What was the project in that EB2NW? And if you guys watched the interview with Reza, our client from France who got approval for EB2NW, his project was the platform for mental health awareness, right? So he got the doctor in the US who is an expert with the mental health, and he was the IT person to create that platform so people could use it and be happier people, right? So Elena's, and that's the name of our client from Canada. She's also in that sphere, but she has a niche, the HR. Okay, human resources. So she works with the company, mid-size, large size, to design programs for the employees of those companies to be more healthy mentally, be more productive, and bringing better results for the employers, and not to burn out. Okay, so that was her project. Really good case. You guys see that mental health awareness and things connected to that is something that you need to look at, contemplating what kind of projects you will be proposing for EB2 and IW. All right, so we also have a bunch of other approvals. I want to mention one more. That's the O1A case for a businessman from Russia. Why I want to address this case? Because it has a few things that I want to make example of, so you guys don't do this. First of all, the Yaroslav, and that's his name. That's like a real Russian name, right? Like Yaroslav, like oh my god. So Yaroslav is a businessman who built his business on the pool. Okay, and that's the game, right? Not the pool where you guys jump after drinking 5 beers, but the pool you play in a bar, right? After drinking 5 beers, right? Not hitting those balls with the pole. So that's his business. The first thing that I want to address, that the client was not was not as involved in the case as I want you guys to be involved, right? So that meant that it was a longer time, longer process, and more expensive for the client. So I'm not a fan of that. I like when you guys really on top of the things and you do what the team is asking you to do. Or if you don't want to do those things, you have to go with a higher offer, right? You have to pay more money so the team could do this for you. So you got to be careful about that. And as one of my clients told me yesterday, and I think it's a legendary phrase. It's legendary, guys. Sometimes it's cheaper to spend more money. Okay? Think about it. Sometimes it's cheaper to spend more money to achieve the results. Okay, so I think it's very deep in the meaning. It's very philosophical, right? And it does apply to us as well. Sometimes it's cheaper for you to hire us on more expensive offer and achieve your results. That would be cheaper if you go with something lower and you have to be involved, you spend more money, you cannot commit to your family obligations, to your work and things like that. So, you got to think twice before starting those cases, how exactly you're going to be doing this. That's number one. Number two, this particular client only claimed 4 criteria: the press, the contribution in the field, the critical role, and scientific publications. What do you guys notice about this? 2 things. Number one, the most important, that I want 5 criteria for O1. And I always tell you that, right? Having 2 criteria is a good start, but we need to get up to 5, right? And sometimes I tell you that in rare cases, I'm ready to file the case with a lower number of criteria, but they have to be really strong, okay? So that was the case. We filed only for 4 criteria. As you know, we got approved, but I'm not a big fan of 4 criteria for O1. And number 2 in this point is that I told you he is a businessman. If you are a talented businessman, show me your money. Okay? Show me your money. So I could show it to the officer. And as you noticed, the commercial success was not a part of this petition, which I'm not a big fan of either. Okay? I don't think it's a good idea to file a case for a businessman without showing the commercial success. All right? Again, things happen, and it happened in the past, and we were successful just because we're so good, okay? But that's not the way I want to do this, all right? So mind that if you are in the business category of EB1A or O1, we need to do everything possible to be able to show that there is an income, okay? All right. So I think it was good. It was good. It was a good warm up. So let's see, guys, what questions you got before we proceed to the main topic. And the main topic today is the cybersecurity professionals. And a short, maybe spoiler for this topic: if you are a cybersecurity professional in your field, you're gonna get a green card. If you work with my team and you do what I tell you, okay? So it's an easy recipe, guys. You work with my team, you pay the price, you commit to the case, and you're gonna get the green card, okay? And more on this a little bit later. So let's go with your questions. And you guys, I love when you ask me questions, because that means you're engaged and I feel like I give you the value. Okay, and you guys know that I hate wasting my time, your time, or anybody's else for that matter. So if I go with my material and I ramble for 30 minutes and I see no engagement, it's a waste for me, because what I said, I know, right? But I want to make sure that you get something out of me. Okay, so as you understood, I want you to be more engaged, okay? Dania, hi my friends, EB2 and IW is rejected. No shit, right? Can we file the O1 consular processing from Pakistan? Will having EB2 rejection have any effect? All right, Dania, this is a really good question, and it's a short question, but a lot of things going on here. Okay, so let's break it down. So first of all, EB2NIW rejected. Let me guess the reason for the rejection. There is no national interest, right? And Daniel, let me know if I guessed. It could be well positioned, but 90 to 95% rejection of EB2NIW is on not even the national interest, but a part of the national interest, which is a national importance. Okay, national interest has 2 points: substantial merit, a problem, and national importance, the importance of resolution of that problem to the US government. So most of the cases, overwhelming majority, are denied on national importance prong. Okay, so that's no surprise. Now the question is, if we file O1 petition and get it approved, and you will get it approved, okay? If you had the case, I don't know who was doing your EB2NIW case. I hope it's an attorney, because doing EB2NIW case by yourself is shooting yourself in the foot twice. Okay, you shoot it once and then you shoot it twice in the same place. Okay, it's next to impossible if you do it yourself. Okay, so let's say we file for O1, which we're gonna get approved, because O1 approvals in my company is 99% success rate. Okay, so everybody gets approved, or practically everybody. So we're gonna get you approved, or we're gonna get your friend approved on O1, no problem. Okay, now the question becomes, once we go to the embassy in Pakistan, which is also very important. You guys know how American government treats people from Pakistan. I'm not gonna call those words, right? But they're not very loyal. They're not very loyal, and there is an argument why or why not, right? We're not going to get too political about this. But in Pakistan, it's much harder to get any type of visa in the embassy, all right? Especially non-immigrant. 95%, 90 to 95% denial rate for the tourist visa. All right, probably only the professionals, engineers, IT, cybersecurity, blockchain specialists, doctors, good businessmen, the ones who get approved for the tourist visa. I just spoke to the engineer from Pakistan, civil engineer who's working in Saudi Arabia, and he's working on huge projects. He has amazing case for EB2NIW and even better for EB1A. He's gonna hire us to work with my team. We're gonna get him approved, and he also get the tourist visa because he's a professional and he makes good money and he works in big companies. So this type of things they want to see in the US embassy in Pakistan to get you approved for the tourist visa. But the question here, and by the way, for that matter, guys, in any US embassy in the world, okay, any embassy in the world, US embassy, you want to see that kind of thing to get you approved for the tourist visa. But for the purpose of O1 visa, why am I saying this? For the purpose of O1 visa, the way they look at the petition is also looking for the immigrant intent. Immigrant intent. The question is denial of EB2NIW in itself is gonna make the O1 rejection for the O1 visa issuance in the embassy? And the answer to this is no. In itself, filing EB2NIW and even getting rejected on that does not show the immigrant intent. Okay? And there is even policy on that. It's not from my experience and my knowledge, there's a policy. Okay? USCIS policy. Same way the green card lottery participation is not the immigrant intent. Okay? So, what your friend needs to do. He needs to make sure, or she needs to make sure, that she has attachment to Pakistan, right? The property, the family, the businesses, that maybe she traveled across the board. If she traveled to Europe, it's a good sign. If she traveled to other countries of Western Hemisphere, it's a good sign, and things like that. Okay, so they're gonna look at those things first to see if they're gonna issue the O1 visa. Okay, all right, let's move on. Hina. Hi, it's me, Hina Kali from Pakistan. I want a job. Hina, if you want a job in the US, you need to go to the job sites, job websites, Indeed.com, the Monster.com, Jobs.com, and look for the offers. Okay, I'm not in the business to looking for jobs for you guys. I'm in the business to getting you through to the US and getting your green cards, the passports, the non-working visas. I may help you to build the idea behind the job if you go for O1 visa, that your own company as an employer could do, what's the better description of your EB2NW project, that yes, I can help you with, but not to look for a job for you. Okay, that you gotta do it yourself. Okay, so Hina, wish you good luck with that. Dania, to add another question, if EB2 has an RFE and case is weak, is it better to leave the case as is, or is there a method to pull out and refile after 6 months well prepared? Good question, Dania. Yes, absolutely. And I do it on a regular basis. You guys know that I have the blacklist of the immigration officers. Okay, and trust me, guys, this information is worth, there's like old Russian saying, it's worth a pot of gold, right? And as you guys know, I don't like gold, I like bitcoins. So that information is worth 1 Bitcoin or maybe a few Bitcoins, right? For almost 10 years of my practice, and that information is collected by pieces, bits and pieces. Okay, it's a very long process. Only attorneys who practice for a long time may do this, filing hundreds and hundreds of cases. We know who those black officers, who are those officers, and black not regarding their skin color. No, their mind is black, guys. They have black minds. Okay, why? Because for whatever reason they don't like the immigrants, or they don't like the something, or they may be miserable people. I don't know. They take a stance of power to deny good petitions that have to be approved. Okay, so we know who they are, and if we see that officer who was from the blacklist and he sent us the bad RFE, not getting those criteria in, just without explanations, and yes, this is illegal. This is illegal. But because going for illegal RFE or denial through the court or administrative appeal, first of all, it's long, expensive, and many times inefficient. So the best option to proceed is to withdraw, and it's done very easy. You may fax or write a letter to the immigration center where where the case is, requesting to withdraw the case without a decision. Okay, don't just drop the case, don't leave it like that, because it's going to be denied. Okay, it's going to be denied. So if you realize that the case is weak at the moment of RFE, the best course of action is to withdraw, and yes, to make it stronger, to work on it. You don't have to work on it 6 months. It's not about 6 months. It's about making it stronger. Okay, so it could happen in a month. It could happen in 2 months, in 6, whatever. But yeah, you need to put more effort in it. Treasure, I'm Indian, got my perm EB2 with PD in September 2013. Okay, you're getting close. You're getting close. I want to apply EB1 self-petition. Once I get approved, can I port the date and get AOS current, as I have 1.5 year of wait on EB1 as well, being Indian. Okay, yeah, yes, Treasure, absolutely, absolutely. I don't know if. And of course, I'm not gonna address the financial side of this and the time frame, but yes, technically you could do that, Treasure. You could technically do that, but be ready to spend another 20K, maybe more, on this case. I don't know if 20K is a lot of money for you or not. Comparing to a 1.5 year wait for your EB2 perm from 2013. And I understand where you're coming from, because sometimes it could get backlogged again, right? So you're thinking, okay, I have a 1.5 years to go, and then in a 1.5 years, it's another year, right? So, and then it's another year. It could happen. So I see where you're coming from. So yeah, but absolutely, we do this almost on a daily basis, because we have just a lot of Indian clients, a lot. It was smaller last year, now we have a lot, because we get the results, right? We get approvals for EB1As, for our great Indian clients who are really good and hardworking and professional and recognized. We're getting them approved. We substitute the priority dates from whatever perm date, which is usually before then February 2022, right? That's the current EB1A date for Indians, and get them the AOS. Okay, so yeah, Treasure, absolutely. That's a green light, provided that you have a case. Also, I have a state-level Texas proclamation for appreciation for being trainer for e-commerce. Will that count as an award for EB1? It's given by a congressman. Will it consider as award criteria? I think so, Treasure. I think so. It sounds to me like it may have the national recognition of this thing. Okay, so I would definitely use that in the case, and probably in the award section. Okay, Treasure, I can't remember if you got a free evaluation, because I know you come to my streams all the time, right? And I know the name is just Treasure is probably your nickname. So if you have not go through the free evaluation process with the links that I dropped you in the chat, please do, so I could see your case. Dexpel has Stanislav, quick question. Hey Dexpel, after O1 approval for principal, how long does it take for COS for the family O3? Usually 2-3 months, Dexpel, 2-3 months, but could be even faster. Let's say we only have 30 days of status left after O1 approval. Are we in the safe zone? Yes, yes. I think, Dexpel, what you're asking is you are on a tourist visa, right? And tourist visa is going to get expired at some time. And if we file for O1, get you approved, and then we go abroad we go past your B1, B2 status, and then you get the documents for your family, that's gonna be fine. It's gonna backdate to your O1 approval, so there is no problem. You're in a safe zone. As long as you have your O1 approved, then you're gonna have your O1 approved. Basra Mobile. Hello, I want to acquire a mobile shop in the US. Okay, I had cases like that. Cost 70K. Can two partners get E2 on that from Pakistan? Is it going to be one only, and I have to buy 2X shops 70K? Okay, so let me guys rephrase the Basra Mobile question. What he's asking is there is a mobile shop in the US, and it costs 70K to purchase. So the question is, can two partners from Pakistan, but Pakistan is, in this context is not important, right? This is less important. So from E2 country, and the question is about E2, right? So can two partners split 70K in two, both invested as a 50-50 partners, and both get approval for the purpose of E2 visa. So the general answer to this question is yes. Yes, it is possible to split the cost of E2 investment for the purpose of purchasing visa between two people from the same country, or for that matter from any E2 country. One could be from Pakistan, one from Germany, right? So both of them could get the E2 approval. And the answer is yes. The only thing in this particular case is that I have two problems. I see two difficulties with this hypo. Difficulty number one is that because we have to split 70K to 35 each, that might not be a significant investment for the purpose of E2. Okay, this is problem number one. Difficulty number one. Difficulty number two is that in order for us for both of the partners get approval, we need to make sure that both of these people have the position to direct and control the business. So we cannot have two CEOs, two presidents for the company, right? We all agree on that. So one should be doing, we need to find two positions. So my suggestion is, one is the like CEO, the main guy in the company, and he is taking care of the business development side. And the other one would be on the side of sales and marketing. This is like a classic way. One develops the business and brings the business. The other one works with the clients, marketing and sales. Okay, so that would be two different positions. So in this case, I would increase the investment up to maybe 50,000-60,000 each. So yes, 35 to purchase the business, and the rest of the money is to start growing the business, right? And find the two positions that will be reasonable and logical for this company. Good question, Basra. 3PL Hype, I own a warehouse in Austin, Texas. Okay. Can I file for EB3 to bring two people from Bangladesh? What's the process? Absolutely. If those people, well, first of all, owning a warehouse is not enough. That needs to be a business around this warehouse, right? Maybe you're renting out the spaces, or you're using it for your business to keep the products, the goods, whatever that is, right? So there must be a company running that whole process. And that's number one. Number two, you must have revenue, you must have income, the net income, the net revenue for this company. So we could show that you can make, pay the salary to those future employees. And number three, those two people from Bangladesh may not be your relatives. Okay? So 3PL Hype. If they are not your relatives, if you have business around your warehouse and you make money, you have revenue, we can do EB3. Guys, don't forget to get free evaluation. The links are in the chat for O1 and EB2 and AW. Dania, she was her officer who sent the RFE. Mary Beth, Bernard Seng, visiting fellow, organizational strategy. I don't get it, Dania. I don't get it. I guess you're addressing the officer. So guys, the officer in the RFE or decision is not the name on that paper, because the name is going to be the director's name. So there is a structure. There's a hierarchy in those immigration centers. There's a director, the one who controls the operations. That's not the officer. The officer is the number. okay, the number, like X0316. That's the officer, okay? And that's who's making the decision. The director just signs it. So, so if that's what you're saying, yeah, the name doesn't matter. Dania, also how many RFEs does USCIS send till they give us till they make a decision? I'll rephrase the question. So, you know, it's actually a very good question, the good timing for the question, because I had in my career a few cases where we received two RFEs or two NOIDs, okay? But sometimes it's a NOID, which is a worst case, right? Notice of intent to deny. It was maybe a few cases, but recently I got two cases with two RFEs, okay? I never got three RFEs, never. Two RFEs, yes, that thing happens. So that's the maximum I saw. I could see the case with three RFEs. I could see that. Treasure, I have to file EB1 because my child is, oh, yes, that's a big issue. It's 21 years and getting 22 in 10 months. Wow, you are on really in a critical position, Treasure. You're in a critical position. Question is that if I get 140 for EB1 approved and I get date ported, I can get him green card. Otherwise, yes, Treasure. I can see where you're coming from. Yeah, that's you have to do this because for EB2 and AW, your child is probably not getting in. Probably there is a little chance, but probably not. So yes, push your case. Push it right now. 3PL hype. Yes, my warehouse is 3 people full fulfillment center. Okay, it's good. And I have approximately 650K USD yearly revenue. As long as it's net revenue, it's really good. Really good. And country for employees, they are not my relatives, my friends. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely, this is a really good EB3 case. So the timing is a little bit off, but it is what it is. For EB3, you are looking at about 3 years. About 3 years if we start today. Okay, so yes, it's a long time, but they come with a green card. Okay, so you can get more than 2 or 3 people with these facts, 3PL hype. You can get much more people than that, but those for sure. All right, guys, good questions. So we have about 11 minutes. So let's discuss the cybersecurity options, and I will be brief because all those options are kind of on the surface, and absolutely we are looking. First of all, guys, why do I address? Why I address the cybersecurity as a separate field? Because the White House policies, Biden-Harris administration, and USCIS policy all mention cybersecurity as one of the top fields where the immigrant specialists are in demand. Okay, so which means you guys who are in cybersecurity have a higher rate of approvals for this purpose, meaning that even if you have a weaker case compared to other specialists, you will be getting approved. Okay, so that's number one. Why it's important to say. Number two, what are the available options for you to get the visas in the US? So two main directions: talent and national interest waiver, with probably about 70 to 80% of the cases going to talent visa route. Okay, going that direction. The rest, 20 to 30, going with EB2 and AW. So what I want to see, and 3PL hype, I see your question about the charges. You are looking about 15K, 15,000 for one. Okay, if you go with two with us, of course, we're going to give you a better price because they're going to be similar repetitions, right? So that's the cost you're looking to spend within the 3 years. There is a little extra expense for advertising, okay, but it's small compared to the entire cost. And I will ask the moderator to drop the link to contact the company through WhatsApp, so 3PL Hype could talk to us and address all these issues. So what I want to see in your facts before we start the case for the cybersecurity specialist, I want to see first that you have experience in the field. So give me at least 3 to 5 years working on some projects or for some companies. Okay, that's important. That's important. Number 2, I want to see that you make a better money than similar specialists in the field. Optional, but also good. I want to see you going to the conferences and as a speaker. Okay, if you speak at the conferences, that's more a level of the green card. Number 4, I want to see you in the position when either your employer or other companies require your assistance to assess other cybersecurity professionals. Okay? And also, if you have your methodology, your algorithm, your approach, your way of seeing things that you developed in the process of work, that's also a good thing. That's also a good thing. Okay, moderator, I'm asking for links not to the free evaluation, I'm asking for the links to contact the company. So let me get it myself, it's probably faster. Let me see. Okay, I cannot find right off the bat. So, guys, I'm gonna give you the WhatsApp number, so you could text us. Okay. There's a link, but I cannot find it. So use this number for WhatsApp. So if you want to discuss something in more details. Okay, so why do I say about those things regarding the cybersecurity? Regarding cybersecurity. So every single thing that I mentioned, if you guys kind of know a little bit about talent visas and national interest waiver visas, do cover one or more criteria in those visas, right? Judging the work of other professionals, contribution in the field, awards, the critical leading role, commercial success, and others, and also well positioned and working on a project for the purpose of EB2 and IW. So if you guys still in doubt whether you have a case for a talent visa or national interest waiver visa, you can always use the free evaluation links which are in the chat, right, for EB2 and IW and EB1/01 to get the free evaluation of your case within 2 days. Okay, you fill out the forms, I take 2 days to analyze them and get back to you and let you know which visa is good, which criteria will satisfy, and if you have the potential. And if you do have the potential, I will invite you to the complex immigration planning, okay? And I'll build your strategy. All right, so give me a few questions. Give me 1 or 2 questions, guys, regarding this today's topic or anything else you want. And while you're thinking, let me address the salaries for cybersecurity professionals. And here, the sky is the limit, guys. Okay, I have not seen recently anything below $120,000 for cybersecurity specialist in the US. And trust me, I have a lot of clients in this field who are making that as the bottom line, because I do have a lot of H1B clients, the Indian H1B clients who got the EB2 approved and working on EB1A, and some of them from cybersecurity side. So 120 is the bottom line. Anywhere between 150 to 250,000 a year is the average, and the best professionals could make up to $400,000 in this field. So guys, this is worth it. Okay? Yes, you're gonna pay a lot of taxes, but you're still gonna make good money. Okay? So that's regarding the salaries. So get the free evaluation, come to the complex immigration planning, start your case to get approval within 6 months, and get your things straight for your green card. And remember, your future begins here. Good luck.